Medica Nova Wellness Studio. I'm Angelica Maria Koch with the educational videos about optimal health and the most innovative and holistic approach to your well-being. Today in our Discover series, Healthy Family and Soul Medicine, I've chosen a subject which is quite common among children and adults. It's mouth ulcers or canker sores. So this video might apply to the young as well as to the parents out there. Let's have a look at the causes, the symptoms, and the natural protocols and how you can heal your frequently occurring canker sores with the most indicated and natural remedies. So enjoy this. To stay updated with my ongoing videos, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, share and like it with your friends and family, and have a look at my website medicanova.net at the online academy, where you will find comprehensive home study online courses in first aid homeopathy for the whole family and quantum healing. And if you're interested in a personal health consultation, either for yourself or your children, contact me at health@medicanova.net. So how can you heal your canker sores? Well, a canker sore is a small, shallow, benign ulcer which develops on the soft tissues on the inside of your cheek, underneath your tongue, or at the base of your gums. It's called aphthous stomatitis or aphthous ulcers if they occur more frequently. A canker sore is usually oval in shape and has a sort of white yellow dot in the middle and a red border. Before it occurs, you maybe even feel a tingling or burning sensation telling you something is coming up. Unlike the fever blisters, which are caused by the herpes virus, the canker sores never appear on the outside of the mouth, but always inside on the lining, like the cheek, underneath the tongue, or at the gums. They're not contagious, but they can be very painful, especially on eating or speaking. They come in all shapes and sizes. So we have small ones, we have large ones, we have maybe just one or cluster of them. They can be short-lasting, or they can drag out for weeks. They can be painful or not painful at all. So in this video, I will give you great tips how to meet all of them, right? Because they're all different types, different groups. I'm going to go that in a minute. But I've seen it more in adults in both sexes as well as in children. And if you see them more frequently, I really want you to pay attention here, because there may be other causes involved. Maybe dietary, sensitivities, maybe some vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Let's have a look at this. Again, there are different kinds of types. So the first group is called minor canker sores, which is usually the common one. It's called aphthous stomatitis. In here, the eruption is oval-shaped with a red border, can be painful again on eating or speaking, but they last only 1 or 2 weeks. The second group is called major canker sores, and as the name already describes it, the eruptions are much larger, deeper. They're very painful. They have often a splinter-like pain, and I will give you a fantastic homeopathic remedy today which takes this away. They also have a defined border, but they have irregular edges around the border, so that's something to look out for. They're deeper and they can cause scarring. They also take a little while, maybe up to 6 weeks. The third group is herpetiform canker sores. This you see more in the elderly. They're pinpoint, very tiny eruptions which then form or cluster into one ulcer. There can be 10 or 100 of them. Again, look for the irregular edges. They usually heal again in a few weeks, but there can be some scarring as well. But what causes the canker sores? What are the triggers? Well, you accidentally bite your cheek maybe, or you had some injuries with dental treatments, dentures, maybe bad oral hygiene, or you have used a toothpaste or mouthwash which caused you to have a canker sore. Also would like to point out emotional stress here. If you burn the candles on both ends and you have deadlines to meet, lack of sleep, you didn't eat on a regular basis, your immune system goes down, that could be a definite cause here. I would also point out hormonal changes. Of course, if you live on a junk food diet, and smoke like a chimney and take drugs all the time, of course, you have canker sores. But you maybe have heard about the presence of the Helicobacter pylori, which is a bacteria which causes also peptic ulcers. Also is involved with acid reflux or GERD. That could be a cause. I would say for sure a deficiency of the vitamin B group, folic acid, our iron deficiency comes here very strongly into the whole situation. If you're on conventional like medication for painkillers or antibiotics, even if you're exposed to radiation or chemotherapy, canker sores can be a result of that. Of course, I don't want to miss out to mention regular infections from bacterial to viral to fungal infections. Canker sores is just part of it. For sure, I would say if you have like digestive imbalances, if you're diagnosed with celiac disease, ulcerative colitis, or even if you have AIDS or HIV, canker sores is part of this situation. What are the top natural remedies for the mouth ulcers here? Well, first of all, very simple, kitchen pharmacy, get an ice cube. Put it on because it sort of slows down the blood flow to the affected area and it cools it. As already mentioned, you maybe have a look at adding more vitamin B groups here. It's very important. They did even a double-blind study where they supplement with sublingual vitamin B12 to people who actually weren't deficient with vitamin B12, and it took it away. So I would say 1,000 micrograms, milligrams once a day for 6 months, particularly in vegetarians. If you don't eat meat or fish or any animal products, you're probably short on vitamin B12. In addition, I would also do 300 milligrams of vitamin B1, 20 milligrams of vitamin B2, and about 150 milligrams of vitamin B6. Really, really important here, and they produce great relief. If you are feeling a little bit tired, exhausted, you maybe have a deficiency of iron. Here I always say go and get a plant derivative supplement, because the over-the-counter ones cause constipation. I like Floradix. It's a herbal product you can get in your health food store. It's based on plants and it's well absorbed. Again, look for folic acid deficiency as well. We want to bring in more probiotics here. So swash your nice, good, healthy yogurt in your mouth. The passage of friendly bacteria from probiotics through the mouth helps the canker sores to calm down and to heal, and it cools it nicely as well. Aloe vera. If you have aloe vera plant at home, scrape up the gel and put it on nicely as well. The next one has a bit of a difficult name. It's called D-glycyrrhizinated licorice, or DGL for short. Really, really super effective here. I want you to gargle with a licorice extract, herbal tincture, in warm water. So take about half a teaspoon of licorice and a quarter cup of lukewarm water, mix it together, gargle with it about 4 times a day. It is really fantastic. You also maybe want to add some 200 milligrams tablets of DGL, maybe 2 or 3 times a day, if you have a lot of, if you really feel like, I get them a lot recently. So boost your immune system here. Let's talk about apple cider vinegar, my favorite one. Mix equal parts of apple cider vinegar and warm water, make a gargle out of it and swash it around your mouth. It's really effective here because the acidic acid will actually help to kill the bacteria, but also it fosters to produce growth of beneficial bacteria, which we want. If you suspect that you have a gluten intolerance which is linked to the canker sores, I want you to stop these products. Now, gluten is made of two main proteins called glutenin and gliadin. You may be sensitive to either one or to one of the 12 different sort of smaller units which make the gliadin. So just to say, I have gluten sensitivity, doesn't cut it here. I want you to get a good gluten sensitive test to find out if you actually are sensitive to most of them. And yes, today we are. Now, if you have a black tea bag at home, I used one, put it onto the affected area. It will help a little bit and will just neutralize the acidity here. If you have worked your bum off over the last few weeks, if you're exhausted, if you just recovered from a severe illness, you may be lacking zinc. Zinc comes into play when you feel like your immune system goes down. So I want you to take some zinc lozenges, good quality, twice a day. That just boosts it up and can really prevent the occurrence of the canker sores. Have a look at your toothpaste. Right? Particularly if your toothpaste or your mouthwashes contain sodium lauryl sulfide. This is foaming agency which has been found to contribute to the occurrence of canker sores. So just change it. So let's go for the top 4 homeopathic remedies here. Again, with homeopathy, I will give you the remedies which you can get hold of in your local health food store only. Nothing too complicated, or you can get them even online. The potency here is 30. It's the number behind the name. And to create the magic of homeopathy, I want you to look out for the keynotes of your specific canker sore. Everyone is unique. Once you sort of spot the keynote, the remedy will work. I can vouch for that. I've done it for too many years. I've seen it working every day. So just trust me here. The first remedy is called BORAX 30. In BORAX, you will find that the ulcers are very sensitive, but you feel as if your mouth is very warm, it's very hot. And they can break out on the inner cheek, underneath your tongue, or at the base of your gum. You may even produce enough saliva, but you feel like as if you have a dryness in your mouth and this warmness. Sensitive to touch, maybe even bleeding gums. Look at BORAX. Now I want to give you a little side hint here as well. BORAX is also indicated for babies with thrush. Now thrush is a white patch which is also at the inside of the cheek, but it cannot be wiped away. It's a fantastic remedy, BORAX 30. Now for teenagers or adults, I would say 1 tablet 3 times a day for 2 days only. For children up to 10 years, I would say 1 tablet daily for 3 days only. For the babies, only BORAX 30, 1 tablet, and that's it. Doesn't matter if it's the canker sore or a thrush, either one of those. The second remedy is called MERCURIUS SOLUBILIS 30. Fantastic remedy too, but here different kind of keynotes. You have bleeding gums. You even can develop halitosis, which means a bad breath, metallic taste even. Your tongue gets coated or even swollen. Usually the canker sores are more painful towards the evening, sort of nighttime, and you may be also sweating a little bit. What's really strong here is that these people sort of dribble their saliva on the pillow in the night. That's a MERCURIUS keynote. so look out for that. Definitely they are more sensitive to touch, the canker sores, and also if there's change of temperature happening, you know, seasonal change, MERCURIUS may be a good remedy. Again, bleeding gums, very sensitive to touch, offensive breath, all of that. Tongue is maybe coated, look for that. Same dosage as for borax. Now comes my favorite remedy here, and that applies for the major canker sore group. When you have a splinter-like pain, a pain which just feels like a knife just hit you, and it's so sensitive to touch, think of nitric acid 30. Fantastic remedy. Again, we have bleeding of the gums, is really a remedy for all types of canker sores, but look out for this splinter-like pain, a must remedy. Again, for adults as well as teenagers, I would say 1 tablet 3 times a day for 2 days only. For children, 1 tablet, you know, daily for 3 days. And if you are in doubt, contact me at health@medicanova.net or your local practitioner. The last remedy today is ARSENICUM album. Now the keynote here is that you have a burning sore mouth and you feel very tired and you're exhausted, right? Also the supplement zinc comes here good as a combination. So you have sort of this feeling like, you know, whenever I drink a cup of tea or a glass of hot milk, it feels a little bit better. So warm drinks make it better, or warm application. So that's ARSENICUM album. Again, unhealthy gums maybe are involved, bleeding easily, but it has a burning sensation and better for warm drinks. Same dosage as the other remedies already mentioned. So mouth ulcers can be treated effectively with homeopathy along with the correction of nutritional deficiency. Always think about your vitamin B complex, get your zinc in, get your iron in, you know, boost up your immune system. Look at your life in general, right? Maybe you're just too stressed out, and that could be the cause. And don't forget the gluten sensitivity. So I hope that this brief video has provided you with much more inspiration to treat your loved ones as well as your own canker sores with natural protocols. And if you're in doubt or have any questions, always contact me at health@medicanova.net. Till next time, much love. Take care.